The 10 News Weather Authority, always watching and tracking for you from the JES Weather Center.
Hello everyone, we're going to take another look at the radar and then we'll get to what's coming our direction tomorrow. Right now we're staying pretty nice and dry. Despite the warning that we had earlier on, things are pretty calm right this minute. But you don't have to go too far to the west to run into showers and more storms. A lot of those have stayed on the Indiana side of the Ohio River so far, but they are starting to make their way further on into Kentucky. As far as watches and warnings go right now, we do have quite a few, even tornado warnings in some places and a tornado watch throughout a lot of the region. Now some of those are covered up with severe thunderstorm watches as well. That tornado watch goes until 11 p.m., but notice it goes through parts of Ohio, parts of Kentucky, doesn't reach into West Virginia or Virginia itself. So that's good news for us. It means we're not dealing with this storm as it goes through tonight. We'll have a couple showers here and there, but it takes a while for it to really develop. Meanwhile, a little bit further down towards the south, lots of severe thunderstorm warnings within that, going until about 7:15 for the ones that are in effect right now, and some particularly dangerous ones further towards the west with that Georgia and Alabama system. But this is the branch that's going to affect us more tomorrow. More severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado watch. Again, that one goes until 8 p.m. That'll get dropped a little bit earlier because it's further towards the west than those edges in Kentucky and Ohio that have to deal with it a little bit longer. On the future tracker, we're calm right now and we stay pretty calm through the rest of the night. By 9, 10, 11, there's a couple showers here and there, but they are particularly light and move on pretty quickly. It's a mix of clear skies and clouds overnight. Now, tomorrow morning around 5 a.m., we do have some moisture coming our way from that cold front. I do think that's going to bring some rumbles of thunder, but right now the severe chances don't look great for that. The fact that we do have clouds early on Monday actually helps us out quite a bit. There's less energy to go around. After 7 a.m., though, some of those clouds start to break up. So we've got a lot of sunshine in the middle of the day when the sun's at its highest to add energy to the ground, which is what those storms would need to form and to intensify. The other ingredient that storms really like, especially in terms of rotation, is strong winds at the surface and then as you get further up into the atmosphere as well. Thankfully, it doesn't look like we quite have that wind, but with all of the sunshine that we have early on, by 2 p.m., once the front comes through, we have a line of showers and storms extending from just north of Lynchburg in Amherst County, further down towards the southwest into Carroll County. That will continue to move further towards the east, so we've still got some intensity by 3 p.m. By 4, it's gained some reds and yellows here and there, so some heavy rain there, probably starting to get some hail at that point, and broad enough rotation to get severe thunderstorm warnings. By 5 p.m., there's some intensity, especially towards Charlotte, Campbell, Halifax counties. That's probably when we've got another really good chance of hail as well. That will push on towards the east. 6 p.m. we get a short little break from the storminess, but the system in North Carolina is going to move further and further towards the north. That's going to bring extra storminess towards us. It takes until about 9 for it to really wrap up. Now, we still have showers and isolated downpours through 10 p.m., but it's a lot lighter at that point, and it doesn't have the same sort of energy. Rolling into Tuesday morning, even though we still have showers, the severe threat is much more limited. Winds have a really good possibility of getting to a damaging point in south side, but I think the hail is going to end up being more problematic just because there's so much energy to keep ice crystals continuously in the air. With temperatures rising up into the 80s, like the NRV is getting to 84 and the rest of us are pretty close to 90, there's a lot of heat to deal with, and we hit 90 degrees for our first day. Now, looking at rain totals for Monday, they're going to be highest further towards the east, but we still get with fill up towards ½ an inch. So there's a good amount of rain coming through too. Some localized flooding's possible. Roanoke's at 67 overnight with those showers moving in, but the sunshine we have tomorrow pushes us into the 80s with Roanoke at 89. On the extended forecast, storm chances are pretty rare after this. Tuesday, we still have showers. There's a little bit left over on Wednesday, but a lot calmer at that point. Thursday and Friday stay nice and dry. Isolated storms Saturday and Sunday, not like this system coming through. I think it's going to be a little bit lighter. Got our first 90 of the year today, which put us at 550 with a high forecast of 89.